This is another movie Lingo discussion. I'm Eddie Lingo.
This is Kendall.
I'm Alyssa.
Oh, Snap a Cupcake.
And my name is King.
And today we're discussing Ted 2. Alyssa, please give us a brief summary on the premise of Ted 2.
All right. Ted 2 is basically the sequel to the first Ted movie. And in this one, Mark Wahlberg and Ted the bear, they go on a mission to convince the state of Massachusetts that Ted is actually a person. And he's basically just the same raunchy and vulgar teddy bear in the first one. Along the way, they find the lawyer, Amanda Seyfried, and they try to convince them that he's a person.
All right, cool. So just very quickly, without diving too deep into it, I want to get everybody's opinion on the movie. Let's start with you, Kendall. What do you think about Ted 2?
Well, overall, the movie was not that great. I didn't really like it. It had its funny moments, but overall, I didn't really enjoy it.
Wasn't really feeling it. How about you, Alyssa?
I didn't like it at all. Like I said in the movie Lingo Minute that I did, it wasn't really a movie that I was into that much.
No?
Nope.
All right. How about you, Cupcake?
I have to agree. It just didn't feel like a good movie to watch altogether. Pacing was pretty poor.
Yeah, that's for sure. And King?
I agree. Well, I didn't like it at all.
No?
Horrible.
Horrible. Oof, it's getting darker as you go down the table. But I have to also say that I wasn't really feeling it. With the first movie, you had the wow factor. I mean, everybody knows Seth MacFarlane and the type of joke style, Family Guy coming in. What wowed everybody with the first Ted is that you didn't know where the limits were, and they kept surprising you. Like, more vulgar and raunchy stuff kept coming out, and scenes, and every time you were like, "Oh shit, he really did that." He didn't have the filter of network television like Family Guy does. The censorship. So they kept pushing it. But by Ted 2, everybody's expecting that already. It's no shock now.
Yeah.
So there's you can't just come with the almost pretty much the same thing. I felt like the story was they had less going on. It was more just about him being a real person than what made Ted popular, which, even though you're not a fan of the raunchy jokes, I felt like they needed more of those wow, vulgar moments to keep up with the reputation of the first one, and they kind of got caught in this weak story. And so I want to get you guys' thoughts on that, because if they would have focused more on pushing the envelope again, I think they would have gotten a better reaction out of us, because we're already expecting this raunchy Ted, and they kind of just kept it at the same level and it kind of fell flat. I feel like they didn't really even try. What do you think about that, Kendall?
Well, I definitely agree with you there. They had to find something to make it more than the last movie.
Right.
And going in, you know Ted, and Ted 2, you're going in thinking the same thing. You're getting the same jokes, the same. It's just like Family Guy. When Family Guy came out, it's funny, it's hilarious, everybody loves it. And as the years have gone by, it just kind of loses its touch. It fades out, and that's exactly what Ted 2 did.
Yeah, it had an opportunity, and it didn't really shock us because I don't know. It seemed like they didn't really want to push it more. Did you have anything to add on that thought?
Yeah, even though I'm not a big fan of that kind of humor, I still, even though that's not something I would like, seeing it would have been better, because having the jokes being pushed farther is probably what makes other people enjoy it more.
Yeah.
So they should have pushed them a little more, I guess.
They should have. I mean, they probably would have gone too far with a lot of the people, but I think it would have been a stronger appreciation for it. At least you would have respected their effort, because, I mean, I felt the first one, they crossed the line the first one. They should have just kept going. Cupcake, what did you think?
I feel that you wait way too long to get a real big laugh. You have, a little chuckle, that's cute, and then you get a decent laugh, and then it's like just a 10-minute musical, which are random, very random. Let's sing an entire full-length song at a campfire.
Yeah.
And then insert like 2 or 3 funny scenes, sort of funny scenes.
Right.
It just didn't make sense. I don't know. This movie, you want to love it going in, but you hate it going out. You're like, what the fuck did I just watch? Was this a musical? Was this a comedy? This shit got real dark and sad towards the end. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No?
Not
What do you think? Did they should they have tried to exceed the wow factor from the first one? Is that what went wrong with this?
Definitely, they should have definitely tried to exceed the wow factor because basically Ted 2 is just regurgitated Family Guy.
Yeah.
Literally, like the whole plot of the movie was done in several Family Guy episodes. So it's just like we've seen this already. Why are you giving this shit up again? Give it out.
Can you get it out? You just get all frustrated. All right, so then let's dive into what, you know. Let's break it down. What everybody really was feeling. We're across the board. We didn't like the movie. Movie Lingo. We're not going to rate it until the end. But yeah, there are people that watch Family Guy and they notice a lot of regurgitation. Me, I haven't watched in a long time, so some of that stuff was new to me, but then it still wasn't really getting me. I felt like Cupcake did. I felt like the beginning was, it took too long to really start trying to get funny. The last hour started working for me, but it wasn't enough for me to like the movie. Cupcake, I want to start with you. Let's go into what you didn't like about the movie and what you felt the movie should have been.
Okay, so it should have just been just like the original film. Keep pushing the envelope. That's the film we should have gotten. The storyline was the weakest shit I've seen in a very long time. I mean, the premise goes from, you know, trying to have a baby and to try and strengthen his relationship, and then it goes to him becoming a legal citizen. You've been walking around as a talking teddy bear for over 20 years, and it's just now a fucking problem. Just now they just decided to
cut off his benefits.
Cut off his benefits. Just leave him out to dry. It's been 20 years. The IRS does not wait 20 years
right.
to
no,
fuck
they,
you over.
They don't. I wish they did, because I could get a lot done in between that time. But
so that's the biggest gripe for me is the plot holes and just the pacing's awful.
Pacing was horrible.
It's a drag. Just watching this movie, you're just like, oh, my God, why?
I have to admit, after the first 15 minutes, I dozed off.
Yeah.
I was struggling for like 10 for another 10 or 15 minutes. Then I was up. I was like, listen, I gotta watch this movie. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I was snoring and everything. Yeah, so it was pretty bad. So I feel you on the pacing. I'm gonna jump across to you, Kendall.
Okay.
Go ahead. Cut it up. Let us know.
Well, kind of going off of what Old Snap a Cupcake said, the pacing, you know, right? It didn't, you know, you're going from a baby to having try to get citizenship, and you know, one of the things that you said is just a problem now, 20 years later.
Yeah.
Part of the charm of the first movie, I think, was the fact that he was a talking teddy bear, just going around drinking, smoking, working
right.
at a fucking part-time job. And that was, you know, everybody was okay with it, and that was, you know, that was kind of funny.
Yeah,
this one,
just like, really?
This one is bringing in problems like citizenship and trying to have a baby, and it felt kind of off.
Yeah.
You know,
It
a
didn't
baby.
feel like it should be Ted. It felt like some other kind of.
It felt like something else entirely.
Nobody wants to watch that shit. Those are real life problems.
Now, King, we're gonna dive into it more later. You mentioned about, you know, regurgitating the Ted jokes, but right now, you know, give us a couple of examples of some of the jokes or plots that were recycled in this Ted 2 movie.
Well, the first one that's very obvious is the whole sperm bank joke that was done in Family Guy, where Peter was trying to save his sperm when he had a vasectomy, and it fell all over him. They did that. That was
literally copied it with the joke of the sperm falling on Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
it happened to Peter Griffin.
Literally the same way.
Okay, and what else?
It was that. Then the whole plot of Ted getting the citizenship that happened to Peter and Brian, because they was both looked at as second-class citizens. What else was there? There's a lot of little other moments, but those were like the two biggest moments that stood out, because that was the whole plot of the movie.
Yeah, they pretty much
and it
used
was already
it.
done.
Isn't the whole opening sequence
That also, the whole
same
opening
thing
sequence,
as like the
opening
theme
for
song?
Family Guy.
It felt like the opening with the dancing and the stairs and everything.
Yeah, Family Guy was known for that, because Stewie and Brian always have their musicals dancing around everywhere.
All right. Okay. So Alyssa, do you also want to add to any of what you just heard here?
Yeah. A lot of people, I don't know if people know that Seth MacFarlane can actually sing, and he has a really great voice. And for the opening sequence, while I was watching it, I thought it would have been really cool to have Ted singing and have Seth MacFarlane showing off his great pipes that he has.
So you're okay with more singing?
I mean, okay, you're already doing the whole opening sequence musical thing extravaganza, like it's 10 minutes long. Like you're already doing, you might as well throw in some.
It was that
singing.
long?
It
I
was
don't
pretty
know.
long.
It felt
Yeah.
so long.
Yeah,
it felt
it was actually-
unnecessary.
Maybe I fell
It got to
asleep
the
sooner
point
than
where
I
you
thought.
just stop.
Yeah, it just yeah, just kept going and going. I was like, is this really over
Yeah,
yet?
it was a grand, not
Yeah.
it was too much. It was
Yeah.
too much. So what didn't you like about the movie?
Well, aside from the jokes, because I'm just not that kind of person, I didn't like how like choppy it was. It went from one thing to another, then back to the other, and it just felt like it didn't flow correctly. Like them getting lost in a barn and then Amanda Seyfried starting singing like on a campfire. I just didn't get that. I didn't get the point of it. It felt like there was no need for it. It could have been cut out. If it was cut out, maybe the movie would have felt shorter because the movie felt so long. It was
like an hour and 55 minutes.
Oh, it was way too long.
It's like 5 minutes short of 2 hours.
It could have been an hour and 30 minutes and it would have been fine.
Yeah, definitely.
It was way too long for
Comedies
me.
are usually shorter anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comedies usually are like an hour and 30 minutes.
So what do you think they're trying to do, forcing this down our throat 2 hours?
I think that they think that everybody wanted to see it.
They want. Okay.
I think that that's what they thought. They thought that it was this big, huge movie that everyone was waiting to see because they wanted to see more of Ted, but I don't think many people really wanted to.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's get into what we did like about it and what you wanted Ted to be. I'm gonna start with you, Kendall. What did you like about it?
Well, what did I like about it? The jokes. There were some jokes that were funny. Me, I'm a big like running gag joke kind of guy.
I
Love when they bring jokes back from like a sequel or from a previous movie or something like that. So like the joke about Big Black Cock.
Yes.
Whenever you search up
Yes.
Google Big Black Cock, that was funny.
Yes, that
and
was
at the
funny.
very end of the movie when Mark Wahlberg pretends to be dead, the same way Ted pretends to be retarded.
Yeah,
that was funny.
That was.
So some of the jokes were funny in there. You know, that's what kept me going through the movie. You know, the humor. But overall, there wasn't enough to really make me enjoy the film as a whole.
Donnie in an in-shirt suit dancing to the
Yeah,
song
yeah.
like he danced in the beginning.
Yeah.
That was really funny to me. How about you, Cupcake? What did you like about the movie?
One of the funniest scenes, which had nothing to do with the storyline whatsoever,
Most of
was
them
when
are like
Liam Neeson came onto the scene.
That was funny.
And just that random sequence, it felt like a Family Guy episode where it's just like, remember that time? It was perfect. That was probably the highlight of the entire movie. Maybe the throwback to Jurassic Park when they see the pot. And
That was
the music.
epic. I like the
Yeah.
music on that scene.
I'm glad it was the original music.
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
some knockoff shit. There was a few good parts here and there. I mean, those two stand out the most to me. The whole Tom Brady thing didn't do shit for me. That I didn't really care
No?
for that. No.
Because some people really believe that. So I thought that was funny because I know that there's some people that if they could get away with doing that, they would. They just really believe it. I mean, the light coming up under the blanket. But you know what would have been a real Ted moment? And I was thinking about it the other day, like when they push the envelopes. Okay, so they pull up and they see his genitals and obviously he has this magical sperm as a light. Wouldn't it have been even funny if his lady partner rolls over and her mouth is like glowing like that? Because then
Oh my
obviously
God.
that means she just took care of him. So
Yeah.
you're pushing the envelope and then that's funny and it's like, oh no. But, they in the first one, and he's having sex at the job and everything, and he's in an interview and he's telling the manager that that his mouth was on his wife's box the night before. They didn't really hit it
Yeah.
like that. They didn't really push it. Did you see the ending scene at the end of the credits? They
No.
continued to Liam Neeson.
I didn't see the end.
Did you see it?
No, I
Did
didn't.
you see
I
it?
didn't see it.
I walked out. I was too tired.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell it because it's probably people watching that didn't see it either. Okay, so we all know that Liam Neeson was looking at the box of tricks. He
Yes.
heard it was just for kids, and he was
Yeah.
being super suspicious, like and
won't
you're
get in
certain that
trouble.
nobody will follow me. I won't get in trouble, even though it's just for kids. And we're all like, buddy, it's cereal, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the credits, he comes back in the store, beat to shit, fucked up with the box of Twix, limping, puts it down, and I was like, wow, he was not paranoid. He was onto something. And Ted didn't know. No, I mean, they basically he puts it down and he limps and walks away. And I was like, wow, we thought he was crazy. And,
Oh my God.
and
That's
somebody
funny.
did really
I wish
come
I would've
after
seen
him,
that.
even though he
Yeah.
went.
I'm actually upset that I didn't
Yeah.
stay for that.
Yeah,
What the
it's
fuck?
not like we're gonna move there or anything where you
I
could have
know.
watched it, but they could have projected it early. Anyway, so Did you have any more to add on what you liked?
No, I'm actually really upset now. This is gonna ruin my entire fucking day. I'm sorry, because that was the highlight of the movie, and I feel like I missed something.
It was
to
a
that
good
highlight.
moment to that,
Oh
and
my
a lot of
God.
people watching it, even that sat through it. Like I'm telling customers, like seeing the end, they don't appreciate it. They didn't get it. I thought it was great. It was funny as hell to me because
That
of
would've
how
been
weird and random we thought it was, but then it actually had a conclusion and it came back around. I love jokes
That's
like
gonna
that.
upset me. Now I have to watch this shit again.
You know, at least the credits.
Yeah,
You don't have to
so.
sit through the over, or you probably want to watch the scene again. But
Oh,
Chris, I'm sorry, King, sir, my bad.
What have you done?
Please tell me what you did like about Ted 2.
The best part for me for Ted 2 was the Comic-Con fight. That was like the highlight of the movie for me.
I have beef with that fight, but continue, please.
Yeah, I just wish that they would have had that fight going a little bit longer than what it did.
Yeah.
If they did, then it probably made the movie a little bit better. Still crap, but that Comic-Con fight though is just, I wasn't expecting it, so it caught me off guard.
It would have, like, if they minimized the singing
Yes.
and used that time to extend the Comic-Con fight, like the fights between Peter Griffin and Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know, when they're random and then they go to extremes, and I was hoping that it would reach that level as well.
It would have been better. Go
Because
ahead.
those fights between Peter Griffin and the chicken, serious.
They get pretty brutal.
Because like
extremely
those fights, they
serious.
keep going on. You think it's gonna stop?
Yeah.
They did that with the musical, and they should have done that with the fight instead.
It can't
Exactly.
see, so it's
Exactly.
it's definitely a missed opportunity with the Ted, with the jokes and the pushing the envelope. Did you have anything else to add?
No, not really. Besides the fact that they kept reusing the jokes like the Black Hawk, like you said.
Yeah, recycling the jokes is definitely a good thing. The running gags, I love those, and in comedies you have to have those.
Yeah.
Yes.
How about you?
The running gags, I didn't really get them because I didn't see the first movie, so those kind of just went right over my head.
It's understandable.
Yeah. I feel like that would have probably made things funnier for me, so I didn't really think it was that funny. Probably if I would have known those jokes, it probably would have been a funnier movie to me.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean,
I
'cause
probably.
they know it, and we all still agreed it wasn't great. So
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe.
Yeah.
I just wish I would have. No, like the whole the guy that was trying to steal the bear.
And Donnie.
Donnie.
Ted.
trying
Yeah.
to steal the bear.
Yeah,
It's
I
Ted.
didn't get it. So like at the end when he was dancing and everyone was cracking up, I was like, wait, what did I miss?
Yeah, I can see that because he was a weirdo in the beginning. That song would be playing on TV and video, and he'd be drinking his juice box and dancing all weird in his living room while obsessing over Ted.
It's like Wild Bill.
Very weird.
Very weird. So that scene, that's what that was all about.
That's super weird. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the jokes, the good jokes were spread out
Yeah.
too far and wide. They really tried to make a story out of it, and I don't think Ted needs to be the story itself. There doesn't need to really be a story. It's okay to have a movie where you just give us
Yeah.
just a bunch of shit.
Yeah, that's what I think. If there wasn't really, like, I didn't think there needed to be a plot to it. If you
Right.
just had Ted and him making the jokes and just being who he was, like in the first movie, which I assume is how it was
Yeah.
there wasn't really a big plot. It was just you knowing who Ted was.
No, yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. The first one was really just about Mark Wahlberg getting his life together so he can go to the next level with.
Mila Kunis.
Thank you, and then about Donnie trying to get Ted, who's been obsessed with all his life, and Ted just happened to just be Ted in around these moments. But
Right.
Yeah.
that was pretty. It was pretty much everybody else's story while you're just experiencing how Ted views things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in my experience, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I watched it twice. I feared that because my expectations were so high, maybe I didn't do the film justice.
Yeah.
I watched it again, and I still didn't feel any different. Sometimes I'll have expectations, and I'll go back watch again. And I realize, you know what, it's not that bad. I just need to get over what I was expecting, but it still bothered me. One thing that I noticed though, it's my second time watching it. A lot of people were really, really enjoying it, but a lot of those people were under the influence of something. Whether it was smoking or drinking, I don't know. So my question to everybody, and I want your honest opinion, is, and I don't expect you, I'm not asking you guys if you think that's how you should have watched it, because if you do what you do, I don't care. I'm asking you, do you think that they were hoping that the majority of their audience would be that way, so they can enjoy what they got. Because everybody around me, they loved it top to bottom. They walked out praising it, and they were all pretty messed up. And do you think that was their target audience was the people under the influence, or what are your thoughts on that? We'll start with you, Cupcake.
I think it has many references that there are to pot and drugs. Their audience they're going for is probably college kids. You know, they have a set group that they're trying to focus on, the gags and everything. So, as far as like having an effect, I wouldn't know personally, but I mean, most of the people that I saw laughing the hardest, you know, they were under the influence. You know, they brought a little something extra into the theater. So,
and you think that's what they were targeting, or
honestly, they're not targeting women. You know, they're not targeting little kids outside of the fact that Ted's a teddy bear.
Right.
But I think their dynamic is probably college kids. They want the kids they're referencing the material, like the bongs and everything. I mean, that seems like what they're going for, anyways.
Okay.
Not from my ass.
Well, I'm gonna stay on this side and ask you, do you think that they were specifically targeting those under the influence to watch it, or what do you think, or do you think they just missed it this time?
I think they just missed it this time because even those under the influence probably were still not like this movie.
I disagree. I'm not saying that I work anywhere where I would see show after show exit out, but I just happen to be in places where show after show was exiting, and the people under the influence were praising this movie up and down on their way out.
I don't know. I know if I was under influence, I probably wouldn't have still liked this movie.
I'd be asleep. Okay, well, let me ask you now, Alyssa.
Probably, not
think
gonna
they were targeting
lie.
them?
That's probably what they wanted to have happen, because I don't think they would have been funny if you're not under the influence. I don't personally know, but I'm sure that's what they're targeting.
I kind of felt that way after watching it and seeing the reaction of people. Like, maybe they thought that this is our crowd, this is a movie for them.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Kendall?
Well, I think this movie is definitely catered to people who drink, smoke, do something. I feel like in order to fully enjoy the movie, you have to be under the influence. Kids don't do drugs
Unless you're with a teddy bear.
Unless you're with a teddy bear. But if you did happen to be under the influence of drugs, you definitely enjoy this movie better, because you have a less high of a standard for the movie.
True.
You're just there to enjoy.
That's true.
The pacing won't seem as off if you're under the influence.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I know if I had a few drinks in me, though, I probably would have slept a lot longer.
Slept right through the musical.
I probably read the first 10 minutes and be like, the movie? What? And they were like, come on, we got to get out of here. It's a Liam Neeson scene. Okay, so anyway. All right, well, I don't think we need to beat this movie up anymore. We all agree that it could have been better. We were all disappointed. Mm-hmm. We're going to give our rating now. Now, the core movie lingo panel, we do rating out of 10, from 0 to 10 stars or whatever you want to call it. You have the new scale.
I don't have a physical representation of it,
but you do have a bear scale still.
In my words, yes.
You still have the bear scale.
My words will pierce your heart.
Is your scale going to be, how is your scale going to be? Is it going to be the regular?
1 to 10.
All right, and your scale?
I'll do 1 to 10.
All right, so let's start with the bear scale. All right, where do you rate this movie?
Let's go for it.
With your bear scale.
Considering Ted is a bear, that kind of works out. So it fits.
I don't know why I didn't see that moment. I feel stupid. I could have segued right into that. Go ahead.
So it fits perfectly. I would give this movie a 3 out of 10. 3 being sad, pathetic, sad little bear, crying alone in the corner, jacking off to like bear porn. So that's what I would give it.
There was bear porn in the movie.
Yeah. Well,
actually, the bachelor party. The bachelor party. Yeah. So 3 out of 10. Very sad bear, lonely.
Yep. For pacing and musicals. Fuck that.
Because you got to say why.
Yeah. There's way too much. Yeah.
Okay.
1 or 2 tops.
King, you're doing the traditional out of 10. What do you rate it?
I'm probably going to give it a 3 also, because regurgitated bullshit. The only reason they got a 3 was the Comic-Con fight.
Whoa, that pushed it up.
Yeah, that pushed it up. Other than that, it probably would have got like a 1.
Oh,
Wow.
1. Wow.
all right. Well, going all the way across.
I'd give it a 5 out of 10. You know,
generous.
it's not a great movie, but I mean, if you want a good laugh, you
There's
know,
a few in there.
yeah, there's a few in there. I wouldn't go see it at the movie theaters. There's way better movies out right now that you can go see. But if it's on HBO or something, or you want to watch a movie at the Red Box or something like that, I'd pick it up.
Okay. All right. So we got a 3. We got a 5.
I can't remember what I said in my movie lingo minute.
2.5.
2.5. That's what I'm gonna stick with. My 2.5. The same one
Yes,
still.
in the movie lingo minute,
Yep.
which if you haven't seen it, you can get it reviews in less than 2 minutes with Alyssa. You gave it a 2.5. You know, our human calculator is not even here to give us our
I know.
average. And,
We have a human calculator. He's not here right now.
yeah, and my phone is
predisposed.
preoccupied recording the show. So,
Do you want to add it up in your head?
yeah, we can try it.
The
I don't math.
3, 6,
We can call Cody real quick. He can probably do it
8
over the
point,
phone.
8.5,
He's probably sitting on a Zord.
5. What's 8? 8.5.
I didn't rate yet. I didn't rate. You gotta count
Oh,
mine.
fine.
Yeah, let me count. Okay, so I want to say I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10.
Okay.
For a lot of the same reasons you. It wasn't what I wanted. I felt it could have been better. Pacing was bad. It didn't need to have a story line. It didn't need to be, what it was. Too much music, not enough crazy Ted. But there were a few good laughs in there, and I think what brought it up to a 5 for me was the ending credits, which I wish you guys had seen it. I believe you might have felt a little bit better walking out of there.
Maybe a 4.
Maybe you'll give it a 4.
I'll give it a spiritual 4.
Spiritual 4, so we
Yeah.
can't count that.
Uh-huh.
But it'll be spiritual.
Okay, so I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, I wouldn't say the movie was horrible, but then again, I'm not as well referenced as you are to the Family Guy, so it didn't bother me as much. But I do believe that if I'm watching it, I'm like, you already know where the joke is going, it probably would have just made me angry as well. But I haven't watched Family Guy in a while, so it didn't affect me. But I definitely understand where everybody's rating comes from. So does anybody have a calculator on their phone? We can do it that way.
I
I'll
do.
go to like around a 4, 4.3.
Because you got the 5,
Steal
the 5,
this out of nowhere.
Double 3s.
2 3s, and a
Spiritual
2.5, and you
Whoa,
divide
whoa,
that.
whoa.
You add it all up together and divide
Whoa,
it by
what was
5.
the numbers?
All right. You got and then you got. Well, you doing it fast.
You're gonna see this fast
You see,
forward.
yeah, she's adding numbers. She's like, dude, boom, 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 and I'm like, I hope this is accurate because
Dude, you should fast forward this with the Benny Hill music.
18.5.
no.
Okay.
Did you divide it yet?
No, I'm not dividing it yet, guys.
Okay, you got divided by 5.
Carry the spiritual 4.
Oh, I did that all wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Where's Cody when we need him?
So
Anyway,
well,
3.7.
3.7 average. Accurate or not, we know it wasn't gonna be high. So who cares? All
Very
right.
accurate.
All right. So, is there anything else that anybody would like to add? We're nearing the time. Anything else that anybody like to add?
I'm
If
good.
you still want to go see this movie, make sure that somebody else pays for it.
I like that. Make sure that somebody else pays for it. All right, cool. Okay, well, again, look out for us in the future with the Movie Lingo Minute featuring Alyssa. This is a TED 2 Movie Lingo discussion. I'm Eddie Lingo.
this is Kendall.
I'm Alyssa.
Oh, snap a cupcake.
And my name is King.
And we'll see you guys next time.